Hi, this is Sarah from Every Song Sucks,
And this is Dana.
and today is the third episode of Casual Conversations, where we're going to go over our top albums, etc., music, heavy music stuff for 2025. So to begin, we're going to start with our number 10 and go from there. So you go ahead first if you'd like.
Okay. So we listened to like 80 albums. Well, I listened to closer to 100 because I found a whole bunch more yesterday and today that I listened to. But my number 10, I was surprised that I liked this album so much because their previous album or couple albums, I just wasn't into it at all. Like, it seemed like a pretty drastic departure from their earlier albums. You know what it is?
Yeah? That's what I guessed for your number 10, I bet. But
It's
anyways.
No One Was Driving the Car by Loud Dispute.
Oh, no. Okay, never mind.
No? So they released this as a series of EPs and then as a full album, which I thought was an interesting way to do it. But yeah, just there's a lot of emotion in this album, and there's something different about Jordan's vocals on this that I think maybe just because he's getting older or something, I'm not sure. But I really liked the vast majority of it. And it's a lot of songs. I can't remember how many, but like some albums you get 5, 6 songs. This was like a bunch. So yeah, anyway, that's my number 10, Loud Dispute.
Okay, and I will tell you what I put it at for you, what I thought you would rate it at.
Okay.
Your number 5.
Okay.
So we're getting points based on if we get that right, I guess. So I guess it's time for my number 10. So my number 10, I don't even know how to say it. But anyways, it's I think it's a post-metal band, and I just like the atmosphere of it, and I don't know, it just felt really emotional, and I think they're pretty new, and it's Dimiskua. Just I don't know how to say it.
Dimskua, I think.
Okay. I can't remember if this was their first album.
Yeah,
Like a debut album.
I think it's an EP technically.
Yeah.
But
Well, we're gonna count EPs in this.
Yeah.
But anyways, just because I just love the atmosphere, and that's what it's about for me. It's atmosphere. Like I can put it on and just enjoy it. So yeah.
Okay. I didn't have that one on your list of top 10.
Okay.
So I'm off to a bad start. All right, my number 9. I love the way that this album opens with an acoustic song, like an acoustic guitar. And even though there's like a very predictable shift that happens in the song, it just set the tone for the rest of the record. And yeah, it's a band that I've heard. I think I discovered them when they did a collaborative record with the band Pine. And the album is called Unself by Conjurer.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So
Yeah, I didn't put that. I didn't guess that.
You didn't? No. Well, yeah. I don't know what else to really say about it. It's really heavy. That first track it hooked me like very
See,
easily.
and I felt the opposite. Like that first track really turned me off.
Oh,
But yeah.
great. That's my number 9.
Okay. So my number 9, and I hesitated to put it on here just because I feel like it's one of those like wordy types of bands because it's just the genre and stuff, and it's like one of those ones where I don't necessarily connect with like the lyrics that much. But for me, it's about the groove and just sort of like putting it on and being able to I don't know, find the beat in it, and it just works with me. So that's what this one's about, and so it's Obscura.
I didn't guess that one either. So I'm not getting any points.
So that was the Sonication by Obscura that I was talking about.
Okay, I don't really have too much to say about my number 8. This is the third album by this guy. He's Native American, and it's called Black Braid. Album is Black Braid 3.
I can't believe I didn't put that on my guest list. It's stupid of me. Should have realized that.
Yeah, I don't know what it is about it. It's just easy to put it on and listen to it, and there's catchy, like good riffs in it and stuff. And he does all of it by himself except the drums. So it seems like he's a slacker. He should do it. He should do the drums too.
Mm-hmm.
That's my number 8.
So this is gonna feel like it's coming out of nowhere. Like it doesn't like a lot of me was like fighting liking this. It was one of those ones because it's so weird. It's just so weird. But I really like the like I wrote here, weird sounds but work. And like when there was singing in it, I was kind of shocked by it. It just felt weird, but then it really grew on me. And then there's growls too. Nice contrast and very interesting. So I'm going with abstract illusion. The Sleeping City.
I did not put that on the list.
It's got I don't know what is in it, but it's got like all kinds of weird stuff in it. And that was my introduction to them too. But I don't find it's another one that I don't really identify with the lyrics. Like, it's not a lyric thing. It's more just the atmosphere of it, and you know, it's got some progressive parts and some death metal parts and some quieter. So I don't know. I like variety, so it's very full of variety.
Yeah, I remember listening to that. I thought it was fine for like if it's on in the background or whatever, it's fine.
Yeah.
But otherwise, like, it didn't stand out.
Yeah.
Okay, so I've come up with a game for you to rank these scenarios that I came up with. I don't know. I don't have a title for this little game,
Okay.
but you're gonna have to rank them. So you're gonna have a tough time with this for sure.
Okay.
Okay, so number 1, all music ever has been replaced by covers by Spiritbox. Okay.
So I'm putting these in order.
Yeah.
Okay.
Of your favorite to least favorite. Okay. The next one is you get to see In Mourning on Halloween, but they're all dressed up in realistic-looking Danny DeVito costumes.
Oh, I don't care what they look like. So.
Okay. Everything you eat just tastes like fish.
Oh, that would be terrible.
Everyone you meet just smells like fish. Every time you listen to a song, there's a mandatory mid-song break that plays 30 seconds of Baby Shark. You're the world's most talented drummer, but your hands have been replaced by appendages that you can use as drumsticks.
Okay.
Well, there's one more. You had an eye surgery that went horribly wrong, and now everything looks like you're watching it on a Game Boy screen. So 4 shades of creamy spinach.
Number 1 is In Mourning because it doesn't matter what they look like, I just won't look at them. Like, Baby Shark is number 2 because I feel like I've dealt with lots of different technological problems that like interrupted things and like were annoying. So I feel like I have the patience for it.
That's not much different than listening to stuff on Spotify for free.
Yeah. And then the appendages for drumming, like I wouldn't mind being a good drummer for sure. And it just seemed better. And then it was a toss-up. 4 and 5, like Spiritbox and the GameCube Vision. Game Boy, sorry. I'm right. So yeah, I don't know which order for that, but the fish ones were the hardest ones because I would be like puking constantly with both of those probably. So I put the taste as the last one and the smell, but they're both horrible. So yeah, I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah.
Go back to the rankings.
Yeah.
Okay, we're at number 7.
Yeah.
Okay, number 7. I don't even know really too much to say about this. Obviously, I liked it quite a bit. I remember at one point I put it on for you and said, "Oh, I really like this album." But then when we were listening to it, I was like, "It's not that good, actually." But then I listened to it again more after, and ended up making it.
Okay.
It rose to the top again. So I don't even know how to say the band name, but the album's called For Whom We Sing Neutroparia, and it's Hesychast or something like that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So that's my number 7. Did you guess that one?
No, I thought about it. Boy, I'm sucking at that.
It's a black metal. We haven't been saying what the genres are or anything, but anyway.
Yeah. What did I write about that? I put sad, atmospheric, screechy vocal chant, each church sounding talking another language, blast beats, and good guitar riffs. More into it at the beginning, so I lost my attention, I guess. But I really enjoyed like the first half of the album. Okay. So my number 7 is Pothamus. So I thought it had like the strong drum lines and riffs and the great singing vocal, but I just feel like, again, it's about atmosphere for this one, just like being able to put it on and like maybe it fades into the background a bit, but it's just one of those ones that is easy to put on. So yeah.
So I had that in my list actually, and I ranked it. I thought you would rank it as number 3.
Okay.
So I've finally got on the board.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm winning.
Getting points. But I think that I should mention too, that's like, isn't that it's in the same league as like Amenra and stuff like that, but different? I don't know. Kind of.
Probably.
Yeah.
Some like, I don't know. There's a point where there's so like the lines of the genres blur together so much that.
But you know what I don't like about it is you can't find any info about like what the lyrics are or anything about them really. So like I like to know what the lyrics are and stuff. So that was a negative.
Was that their first album?
I'm not even sure. Even their artwork, I wanted to know more about because I like artwork. But
yeah, it looked like almost like a. I don't know. I don't have it up on the screen, so I'm not looking at it. But from my memory of it, I thought it was like little figures of people all along, like in a line on the bottom, and then sort of looked like.
Well, it looked like kind of ancient to me. Like
I was gonna say pictographs, but I don't know if that's the right term. But anyway.
So I mean, I don't know, but.
Yeah, I never heard of them until I discovered them this year, so I don't know if that was their first album or what. I'm not sure. Okay, number 6. So this is an album that a friend of mine told me I should check out. I actually already was going to check it out because I had it on my list of stuff to check out. And I've heard some of their stuff before, and I've liked it, and I know that you didn't.
Okay.
This is Lonely People with Power by Deafheaven.
Oh, yeah.
It's just a really good album. I don't know.
That's your number 6, eh?
That's number 6.
I put it as number 1 for you.
You put it... Yeah. You know, it's funny because I did have it as number 1 at one point.
Yeah.
But then I had to re-listen to everything a few times and it got bumped down. So now you've pulled back ahead with the points.
Well, the funny thing is that I remember when I did the review of them, one of their albums, on my website. To me, it was just so annoying. Like it just reminded me of having the windows down in your car when you have it down and it makes that noise or whatever. This one did not remind me of that, but everything felt wrong for me. But anyways, yeah.
I liked it more the first few times I listened to it.
Yeah.
So that's why it fell. Like just certain other albums just rose above it a little bit, but I had it in the number 1 spot like as recently as like 3 days ago.
Yeah.
So yeah, you were very close.
Yeah. So my number 6. So it was a struggle. I had all this resistance to having this band as my number 6. So when I first heard them, I really, really liked them several years ago. And then I did a review of one of their albums and I was shocked that I didn't really like them that much compared to like seeing a video of them. So then with this album, I wasn't sure either because I wasn't sure lyrically where they would go and stuff. Because again, it's one of those dense, wordy types of bands, but also I didn't know if it was going to be too negative for me and that kind of thing because I like to stay positive. But it really wasn't. And but it was, to me, it's like really groovy and like interesting, and they're very talented. And so let me just see what else I wrote about them. So and in this case, they did something that I really don't like when people do it on their albums, but I liked it anyways, and that is that they featured a whole bunch of people on their album. And like for me, I like people just do their album like just be you. Don't feature a million people. If you're gonna feature somebody, feature like one person or something, but they featured a whole bunch. But anyways, so the album is Revocation, New Gods, New Masters, and I feel like the lyrics are about like sort of like technology being like the god kind of thing, and you can see that in the artwork too and that. Anyways, I think they're very talented, and actually their talent kind of bothered me when I did the review. It was like it was like too perfect or something, but this album seems like they did it right. It's not too perfect. It's just right in my opinion, and it's just the right groove and everything. I was resistant to wanting them on here, but they have to be on here, so yeah.
Well, I didn't have them in your list because I knew that, like you said in the past, you weren't overly impressed. Like
Yeah.
they were the one with the old people in the video.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, that video was really good. But then I
Yeah.
listened to probably
Yeah.
the same album that you did, and it didn't
Yeah.
do much
Yeah.
for me. I don't have any notes. I just rated it a 5.
Yeah. So I'm gonna go on to my random reading. One of my random readings. So let me just find that. Okay. So mine are not as complicated and funny as yours, but
Okay.
mine are just more straightforward. I guess that's kind of how I am. Like you're more detailed, and I'm more like just sort of like to the point. I guess maybe. Anyways, or like missing points sometimes. But anyways, so it's out of 5 things. You got to put them in order. So like, what's most important to you in music? So like, lyrics, percussion, guitar work, vocals, or the atmosphere. Sorry to bass players, I just like skipped that out of there.
Okay, say them again. Lyrics, percussion, or drumming.
Guitar work, vocals, and atmosphere.
Okay, so atmosphere is number 1.
Okay.
Because I find myself listening to and being drawn to primarily music that creates an atmosphere. Like the older I get,
Yeah.
the more that's what I want to hear. It's just, and it's not just like I don't want to listen to generally don't want to listen to music that creates a happy atmosphere or a whatever. I like stuff that it's a weird atmosphere that I can't quite label. Put it this way, if it's music that I can like picture myself like dying to, that's the music that I want to listen to. That might sound morbid or whatever, but it's like I don't really have time to listen to
understands.
goofy shit like Primus and stuff. You know, like
Yeah.
I'm not gonna sit there and like
Yeah.
listening to Primus. I just
Yeah.
like maybe I'll check out a song or a video or whatever, but
Yeah.
it's not that I dislike them specifically. Like I like them enough, but I'm not going to listen to it on a regular basis. So anyways, atmosphere is number 1 for sure. And then I gotta say, I think the guitars.
Yeah.
And then probably the drumming, and then the vocals, and then the lyrics. Lyrics are last because I listen to stuff that I don't even know what they're saying. I listen, and I used to be really resistant to other languages.
Yeah.
But that kind of changed at some point, and I'm okay with it. I do, like, lyrics do matter. I'm not going to listen to stuff that goes against, like, my morals and things like that.
Yeah.
But at least not knowingly. I try not to, but yeah. So vocals can make or break anything for me. That's why I forget where I ranked it, but they're important. So yeah.
Yeah, I think more and more atmosphere is becoming important to me because I think before it was just sort of like I just want something that's coming really, really strong at me and just sort of like blasting out the negativity or whatever or blasting it in or whatever, I don't know. And I think now sometimes I like that, but sometimes I just want a certain atmosphere while I'm doing stuff or whatever. And lyrics matter to me, but obviously not like I've mentioned 2 bands that lyrically are not like amazing to me that are on my top list because the rest of it is so good to me, you know? But it does matter. Like I wouldn't just listen to any lyrics, like absolutely not. And then yeah, I mean, I don't know how to rate the other stuff because it matters, like, but I don't know. I wasn't rating it anyways, but I'm just putting in my 2 cents.
I think you probably put the drums higher than the guitars. I feel like
the beats matter, yeah.
I feel like for you that you probably would put them higher.
Yeah, I think the beats matter for me, yeah. All right.
Yeah, there's albums that came out this year that would have been in my top 10 except for the fact that I didn't like the lyrics.
Yeah.
But for me, the lyrics have to really jump out. I have to hear it, or I have to like go and look at it.
I find I go and look at it these days, but when I was young, I didn't care. It was just like, you know, whatever. But you could feel it anyways. Like whether you like when I was young, I knew kind of had an idea what was in the lyrics just by how it felt. You know what I mean? But now I like to see what they are too, because some of it's quite like clever. Like some lyrics are pretty amazing. Yeah.
Yeah, like a few years back, I sat down and I listened to a Tool song about Maynard's mom.
Yeah.
And I had heard that song over and over and over, but the lyrics never like registered with me.
Yeah.
But when I sat down, listened to it, and read the lyrics, like I was actually crying about it.
Yeah.
So lyrics,
you already knew like you could already feel it probably to some extent listening to it, but then like the emotion, but then when you actually read the lyrics,
Yeah, when you know the meaning,
yeah,
Yeah. Anyway, so back to our rankings.
yeah. So we're at what, 6? No, 5.
5. So my number 5 is. We should have said how many do we think we're gonna have crossovers on our list. So far, there hasn't been any, right? Oh, it's too late because now we already know half of our lists.
Yeah.
But
we can mention if there is a crossover.
This is the first crossover.
Okay.
And it's the album A Burr or something like
yes,
by Posthumous.
I forgot to mention them.
You ranked them, what was it, 7 or something?
Yeah, I did.
So yeah, they're number 5 for me.
Okay.
I just like that kind of atmospheric sort of stuff.
I put it at 8 for you.
Okay. So you're gonna get more points here. Yeah, I don't have much else to say. I don't even remember how I discovered it, but I listened to it then. I showed you pretty well, like right away.
Yeah.
Or I might have just had it on and you asked me what it was. So I don't remember.
So we're on to my number 5. So my number 5 is because I feel like this band like are very talented, like extreme talented. Like I don't know how they can make songs out of what they do. Like it's just so like, because it's not singing and it's not really, it's just kind of unique, and it amazes me to think about like this singer just like coming up with this style, and like I don't know, just imagining how he came to where he is. And I actually saw this band live, and I mean, I don't think they'd be listening to this, but La Dispute, if you're listening to this, I apologize, because I went to see a different band, and you guys were there, and I was so focused on the other band. It was Norma Jean at the time, like in the prime of when I really loved them. And you guys were there, and I was just kind of ignoring you guys standing at your area. And then I was asked if I wanted to buy your merchandise, and I said no. And I was looking right into your eyes at the time, and I remember just thinking, oh my goodness, I sound like such an arse. But anyways, I just didn't know you guys really at the time, and now I think I'm amazed by a lot of the stuff. And also, when I listened to, I should have wrote down the name of the song, but when I listened to the name of the song, and I'll get that song name, I like was pretty much in tears the first time I heard it, like, and every time after, because it's just so emotional, like about like things changing and like getting older, and just sort of like, it's amazing the storytelling in it, and just like the emotion, like it's just pure emotion, and I can't ignore pure emotion like that. Let me find the name of it.
Yeah,
I'm bad with names.
That was a great discovery.
Yeah,
to discover them at Norma Jean,
like at a concert.
And we discovered Norma Jean at a concert for a different band.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah,
there was like a thunderstorm delay.
Yeah,
so we had to wait and watch this band come out on stage. Pretty Boy in his shirt, and they weren't even called Norma Jean at the time.
Yeah,
but so yeah, it was a neat coincidence. But yeah, now that the love of that band is La Dispute has been passed on to our son.
Oh yeah, like he's totally playing and learning how to do that kind of style.
And their bass player is so good. I can't remember the names of all the guys in the band.
Yeah. Well, and the energy I just love, because it's like a marathon.
They're all good. The drummer's great too.
It's like a marathon, literally, like running a marathon while they're playing. Well, he's playing like this.
Yeah, he's like running on the spot.
Like, I don't even know how he can get a word out.
Playing a tambourine usually.
Yeah, it's just, and they're so into it. It's just, and even they were saying they want their events to be kid friendly, which I like, because we're always trying to find something that Caius can go to. You know?
Yeah,
that's okay for children.
They also came really close to where we live, which most bands don't.
Yeah.
So it'd be nice if
that was really nice.
Environmental catastrophe film. Was it that one?
Yeah, it was. Thank you. I should have wrote this stuff down, but you know, and you would think if I love it so much I'd know it, but I always forget names of things. So, but yeah, check that song out if you haven't heard it before. So I guess we're on to number 4.
Okay, so my number 4 is another band that creates an atmosphere with their music. A lot of their songs kind of sound similar, but I still really like them. And the album's called Scorched Earth by Harakiri for the Sky. Be nice to see them live someday.
What number did you put that at?
I put that at number 4.
Ooh, that's what I put it at too for you.
Really?
Yep.
Just so you know, you're way ahead on the
Yeah.
points. You're at 31 and I have 7.
Yep.
I've only guessed one correct
Yep.
album so far for you.
So that means I'm surprising you, I guess.
Guess so.
Okay, so for my number 4, this band I heard on my channel, and I did like what I heard, but I didn't know I was gonna like this album like as much as I do. And I think it's because it's a certain pace to it, which again I guess is kind of referring to the drums, right? Because I like drums in that. But it's got like the thrashiness, and quite frankly, and I hope nobody takes this the wrong way, I feel like the vocal kind of reminds me of Death, because I was listening to Death when I was reviewing Death, and the vocal to me reminds me of that kind of like rasp that's not a full shriek kind of sound. And there's even some instrumental parts and some interest in it for this kind of genre. And what's more impressive is that this is an older band that hasn't put out stuff like for a lot of years. So, and that's Sacrifice Volume 6.
I had that as number 10
Yeah.
for you. So finally, but I don't get much points for it. I'm at 12 points now.
Yeah. So why don't we do another one of my random, what do you call them?
Games.
Now, I'm sorry, there could be so many more people I could have put in this list, but I didn't want it to be massive. So this list is like drummers. I want you to put them in order of like that you like the best.
Okay.
Okay, so there could have been a million people, but so Danny Carey, Nico, Dave Lombardo, Mike Portney, Brand Dollar.
Okay, coming in at last place is Mike Portnoy. I just don't.
Oh, I didn't even say his name, right?
I can't stand anything to do with Dream Theater. The guy sounds like a calculator. Like he's just doing math. It's impressive technically,
Talented,
but sounds kind of soulless to me. Like it's like listening to a drum machine, you know. So and he's not even the worst problem with that band. It's the vocals. But anyway, then it would be Dave Lombardo. I really liked some of the stuff in Slayer. I'm not a huge Slayer fan, but his drumming there was quite impressive to me. And then I have to go with Nico McBrain, formerly from Iron Maiden, because
that was sad.
He might be on the next album. I'm not sure. Like there's talk about that. He might do some. So hopefully they keep him in that loop. But the only reason he's down at the 3rd spot is because a lot of his drumming is samey. Like you can tell it's him.
Yeah.
He's really good though.
Yeah.
But it's just it's just him.
Yeah.
You know. But he is one of my favorites. Bran is kind of not really one of my favorites, but I still would rank him a little higher than Nico. Just he's like ultra talented on drums, and he's also singing at the same time.
Yeah.
A lot of the time. So
which is amazing.
But he's flashy but his parts all fit.
Yeah.
I can't come close to the way he plays, but I can kind of get by playing the way that Nico does.
Yeah.
Danny Carey is number 1. Like he's just
unique.
He's unique. He's counting all kinds of stuff in his head. Like I mean, I saw Portnoy try to play a Tool song.
Yeah.
And it took him hours and hours to write everything out, and this guy's like a human calculator, like I said, and here he is struggling, like trying to learn a Tool song.
Yeah.
But Danny does it in a way where it seems completely natural, and it sounds like a person drumming, and that's how I'd rank them. Did you rank them yourself?
I didn't rank them. No, I feel like I'm not talented enough knowing drums to know like who actually is best or anything like that, but like Danny, I agree, is number 1 to me, and I think Dave Lombardo's up there just because anything I've heard him in just makes it better. Like
he's very good with the double kick, and that's something that Nico doesn't do double kick at all. Yeah. Well, one time I think he did it on like 1 or 2 songs. He used a double kick pedal, but it's always 1 foot otherwise, and it sounds like he's doing double kick.
Yeah.
So to me, that's even more impressive.
But that's something you do too, right? You use 1 foot to do double kicks sometimes?
Well, because I didn't have a double kick pedal growing up, so I really suck with the double kick pedal. So yeah, I try. But so my number three is another crossover. This is a band that came out of nowhere, and from what I understand, it was a surprise for them as well that people actually really liked their music. And I'm hoping that, because I think it was just an EP, but hopefully in the new year they'll maybe work on more stuff. I need to hear more. They kind of reminded me, I guess, a little bit of like they fit in with a lot of the stuff I listen to, like Cult of Luna and things like that.
Yeah.
And this album is called Dust Eater by Dim Skua.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I didn't even say the name of it. Man, I gotta start saying the names.
Did you have that on my list?
No,
No?
I don't think so. Just up there.
I got lucky then.
No.
Wow.
Yeah. Okay, so my number three is a band I hadn't heard of at all, and you can't find much about them. And it's We Lost the Sea, A Single Flower, the album. And this one is about atmosphere for me. It's easy listening, relaxing, emotional. It doesn't have words, but it doesn't need words. Like it's good that way. Yeah, there was a point when I wrote here that there was a point where something sounded clangy, and I thought maybe it was fake drums or whatever, but it didn't bother me. I don't even know why I'm saying it, but I just wrote it. But it doesn't even matter. It doesn't even matter because, it's the emotion and the atmosphere of it for me.
I didn't have that on the list at all, so yeah. All right. Number two.
Yep.
This is a band that I think they put out an album in 2023, if I'm not mistaken. They were on my list back then. I'd have to go back and look, but again, it's just that whole like atmospheric. I just that's where I live in the atmosphere, in the black metal, sludge, post metal, all that kind of stuff. So now I debated putting a side project of one of these guys on here instead, called Autumn's Dawn. It's like the same guy in it, but I hadn't heard it enough. So this is The Stillness of Dissolution by Austere, however you say that.
I almost put it on the list here.
You didn't put it on?
No.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I thought it sounded a lot different than the last album. A lot.
I remember you saying that.
Yeah.
But for me, I don't know, I listened to it, and you know what happened was I hadn't listened to it in a while, and I had this song in my head yesterday. I'm like, what song is that? Like, just the guitar riffs were in my head, and it was on that album. And then, so I listened to the whole album again, and all the songs were instantly coming back to mind, like how the songs go. And so when that happens for me, I know that it's like in there, because like songs will come to mind randomly for me, and I don't even know what it is. But then I'll be listening to music later, and then there's that song I was thinking of a week ago. Well, that's what happened with this album.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's my number two. Here's where I get some points, I think.
Well, I mean, yeah, probably. I don't like to be predictable.
I don't know if I can catch up, though.
So my number two, and I know you already know what it is Harakiri for the Sky, Scorched Earth. And, I just love everything about it because I love the artwork. I would put that up on my wall because I love how it doesn't have very many colors, and it's got, I don't know, it's just well done. And then the music, the lyrics, for me, are just a good illustration of loss and regret and all that kind of stuff, which I identify with greatly. Just the way that it's melodic, but then also harsh in the right moments, and just the voice is perfect for the theme. Like it's just it all works together. I enjoy it. I could put that on almost any time and enjoy it. Well, I could, not almost. So here's my last random ratings thing. Okay, so rank your most ideal situation day. An outdoor concert festival with many different bands going on, an indoor sit-down concert with thousands of people, a medium-sized event, standing type thing, or a tiny event where you're very likely to meet the band. The medium one, you might not. You might have to pay them to talk to them. You never know.
Well, number one is the smaller ones because we've gone to a bunch that are like that, and we've got to meet a bunch of the band members.
Yeah, we've met a lot of band members.
Like there's only really one that was the smallest show that we didn't get to meet band members. So yeah, it's like that. That's always above it for me. Like because the performance is just as good. Like from the band, like we're there
Whether
to
it's
see
big
the
or
band.
small.
Like,
Yeah,
I'm not there to get drunk and mosh and all that stuff. Like I'm
Yeah.
there to watch the band perform.
Yeah.
You know, and they perform in front of.
you can get hurt with people moshing just locally. So
They perform, all the bands that we've seen perform just as good in front of 200 or 300 people and as they would in front of 2,000, 20,000.
So how would you rank the other ones? An outdoor festival with like a bunch of bands that
It
you're allowed to
depends.
see.
Like
You
it
can
depends
see
on what the bands are. Like obviously these
bands you
all.
like.
If it's all bands I like, then probably the outdoor thing would be second. And then just because I'm getting old, I think the sit down show might be in there third or whatever.
Yeah.
And then was there only one other one? Medium?
That was it. Yeah, medium, like a medium event, a tiny one, an indoor sit down, or an outdoor like festival.
What about you?
Me, I feel like right now I'd really like to go to an outdoor festival sometime with a bunch of bands and everything, but that would be really expensive. That's the problem because there was one actually coming up.
Yeah, with
I think in Toronto or
with
something.
Oathbreaker and
All different like bands in that kind of vein, but it's so expensive and like you'd have to spend nights at
Amenra and
hotels.
Oathbreaker and
So
forget.
it's not really doable, and there's not going to be one of those up here. Like, so you know what I mean? So like, I would like to though sometime. I know there's some good ones also in Quebec, which I wouldn't mind checking out. And then like, I mean, I'm planning on going to a sit down one. My experience in the past was all right. Like, I mean, entertaining and interesting, but like not the same as being right there. Like, I like to be right at the stage, you know?
Yeah, well that's the thing. If we were at a medium or a big one standing and we weren't up at the stage, I don't know that I'd like that as much. Like we've gotten pretty lucky being at the
I know
front.
a ton of times. So can you imagine being at
Like,
a massive one and you're in the middle? You'd see nothing.
What were we at that we weren't at the front, like Megadeth? But we were
We
like
were really close.
we were 2 rows from the
Yeah,
front.
there's not many that we haven't been at the front. Like we'll just Iron Maiden and like sit down.
Yeah.
Like that was a sit down.
Metallica and Iron Maiden.
Well, Metallica wasn't a sit down. I remember
We
I
were
had to lay down
standing.
because I was sick.
But I mean, like
I was laid.
we weren't able to go up to the stage. It's in a big, huge place. Megadeth was in like a little hole in the wall.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy that we saw them at a small event.
Yeah,
It's
with
kind of
Exodus.
awesome. Kind of awesome.
I can't remember if there's another band, Exodus and something else.
But anyways, yeah. So I mean, I think I tend to lean towards the smaller ones, like maybe not tiny, but like small. Because there's an energy when you get a certain amount of people. Like, I mean, if you're 200 is fine, but like I'm saying, if you go to a place like with 50 to 100 people, that's like there's not as much energy, but you're still gonna like because I like the energy. But you're still gonna enjoy the band if you like the band, like regardless any of these situations. And I mean, when we went to the Iron Maiden concert where we were sitting and there was thousands of people, it was interesting because we could see behind and we could see what was going on, like behind the scenes. We could literally see. You could see all kinds of stuff you don't normally see. And if we would have been down on the ground, we wouldn't hardly seen anything, like unless we were right at the stage. So probably sitting, even if it was like fairly far away, was still decent. But anyways.
So before I say my number one, I'm going to say a few honorable mentions. There were some EPs that I originally had in my top 10, but they had to get bumped out to make room. So Amenra had 2 EPs that came out this year. I like them both. I was going to consider them like just one entry in my top 10, but I had to bump it out. Phaedra, they had a another EP, and it would have been in the top, but
I put them on my guess for you.
oh, yeah. Well, it was in there, but it got bumped out. Partly because it's just an EP, but also
Yeah.
it was just I couldn't fit enough stuff into the top 10 without bumping them out. Hopefully they'll do a full album soon. The new Demon Hunter album, There Was a Light Here,
Yeah.
actually surprised me how much I liked it.
Oh,
'Cause
really?
they've been kind of terrible for the last few albums, and this album I really quite liked it. It wouldn't have made it in the top, but I had to mention it just because.
Yeah. I listened to it several times and I couldn't really get into it, but at the same time, I didn't hate it, you know?
Now, there's also Song of Solomon by Gospod, or Gospod, I don't know how you say it.
Okay.
I just discovered that yesterday,
Oh.
so I couldn't put it in my top because it wouldn't be fair to you. That
what kind
band,
of music is it like?
the closest thing I could say is like Batushka,
Okay.
even with like the Eastern Orthodox
Yeah.
stuff, but I don't know, this guy can't decide what he wants to sing about because he did like an album about Pan,
Yeah.
and then he did a song with like all satanic stuff in the music video.
Oh.
So I don't know, but that album, the new album, it's all stuff from Song of Solomon, like out of the Bible, but it's sung in a different language. And then Psychonaut, their new album World Maker, I somehow didn't have it on the list of albums, but I've been listening to it since yesterday.
When I came in. So, that's not that band that was playing when we saw Cult of Luna, eh?
That was Intronaut.
Oh, okay.
Different type
Getting
of
them
knot.
screwed up. Okay.
Yeah, Psychonaut's better, I think.
Okay.
Intronaut was okay.
I'm going to be surprised if there's a band that you don't mention. So, like,
you mean that's all my honorable mentions? Yeah.
Oh.
So 2 of them are very recent discoveries. Like it was too late. Like found them yesterday. So
I thought you were going to say Labyrinth Stellarum or whatever they're called
as an honorable mention.
Yeah. No,
well,
you didn't care for this as much as the other.
So last year they were my number 1.
Yeah.
But this year the album just didn't land as much with me. Like I gave it like a 7.5. And they've been putting out 1 album per year since they started. So hopefully they'll put out another album next year. And it's not that there's anything bad with it. 7.5 is a good score. I just didn't like it as much as the previous 2 albums.
Yeah.
So my number 1, my number 1 album for 2025 is another crossover.
Yep.
This is a band that I first discovered them with a live video, and the way that they can tell stories without words, it's very impressive to me.
Okay.
Instrumental bands are not my thing usually, but there's 2 or 3 that are like I'll put it on and enjoy it like crazy. Russian Circles is one.
Yeah, really good.
We Lost the Sea is another. Yeah. So their new album, A Single Flower.
That's your number 1?
You already said,
wow.
Yeah, you already said everything that there could be to say about it.
Yeah, that's good.
But they tell stories usually, anyways. And if you know the story while you're listening, you can like visualize it. Like they can kind of paint a picture with their music of that story. Like
I didn't even see the video.
The live video that I discovered them.
Yeah, no.
But that's from a different album.
Oh.
Like it was a few years back.
Okay.
And I played it on guitar. Like I learned it on guitar. I'll play it. It's a beautiful song, and they had like a live choir singing in the song. But
so what are you talking about? These stories? What do you mean?
They have a song about this guy that went and I think he was like injured, and he was with like a crew, and he left his tent in the middle of a blizzard because he knew that his staying behind with his crew would slow them down.
I didn't even realize that
them.
was that same band, because I remember. How did I not know?
Yeah, that's the kind of thing that they do. So
there's a big story behind it. Yeah.
When I rated all these albums, like close to 100 albums, every single one I rated them. This was the only one that got a 9.5.
Yeah.
And so when I sat down to really narrow down my top 10, I put it at number 3 because I'm like, I can't have an instrumental
Yeah, I know.
album at
I
number
know.
3.
Like I was.
But then I
yeah.
listened to all the top 10 albums again, or more than that, top like 15, and I was like, no, it has to be number 1. Like, there's
Yeah.
nothing that's as good as this year.
Yeah.
Like, I found it really kind of difficult to make the list
Yeah.
because there weren't a lot of what I would consider heavy hitters in terms of like my tastes.
Yeah.
You know, like in years past, there's been like a bunch that were super obvious. Like for you, I'm pretty sure I got your number 1 and your number 2 exactly correct.
It's just because I wear it on myself all the time. It's obvious. You know what I mean?
Well, this should have been fairly obvious, especially Dim Skua.
Yeah.
That one, you should have had that in my list. Sounds a lot like this has Dana's name written all over it. But We Lost the Sea, I mean, there's nothing that anyone can say about that that's bad. Like, it's just, there's not a...
Yes, there is. There always is. People
No, there isn't.
People will always say stuff. There's always going to be
You
someone that
said
doesn't
something
like it.
about clanging or something. I
Yeah.
don't know what you were talking about. Is it like hitting the cymbal? Like,
I don't know. It just stood out,
crashing
but
on
it
the
wasn't
cymbal?
necessarily bad. It wasn't bad. I wasn't saying it was bad. It's just notable.
because when I listened to it the last time, I thought, I'm going to find a moment in this album to complain about to knock it out of the number 1 spot, and I couldn't find it.
Yeah.
Just the whole album was basically perfect. So why isn't it a 10 out of 10 and only a 9.5? I don't know. Maybe it is a 10 after all. I don't know. Anyways, that's my number 1. We Lost the Sea.
So my honorable mentions, one of them I'm just mentioning because it surprised me that I, for one, liked it and that it just had an atmosphere I liked. I just said like twice. I don't know. Anyways, but that's Faytooth. I can't remember of course I didn't write down the album name. But yeah, Faytooth, because maybe it was just one of those things where I could picture singing along with it. I don't know. And it was like, it made me feel better. Like, oh, I could sing in a band that sounded like this or something. I don't know if that's why. But it sounded better than I was expecting, or different than I was expecting. So that's one. And then another one is actually Phaedra, because, like you mentioned, and that's because to me, the only way I can describe it, and you would wonder why I would actually like it then, but to me, it's like they want to sound raw, but they're not really, if that makes sense.
You're saying it's polished music, but then they've like
But they're trying to
purposely
make it sound raw.
lowered the audio quality.
Well, I don't know. They're trying to sound raw.
So I know what you mean. Like, it definitely, like, there's some...
They're trying to sound raw, but like with those sounds that come along with it, it doesn't feel raw. I don't know how to explain what I mean.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
But anyways, but I like it. Like
it's atmospheric though.
Yeah.
That's the problem. You can't be raw and atmospheric, really.
Yeah.
Like,
it's got that. Yeah, and I don't know why. Even though I look at it and go, they're trying to be raw. I'm just like, but I like it. I like it. Anyways, and then another really surprising one. It's a shocking one that I just want to mention. Like, it's one you'll never expect that I would ever have on here. No one on this planet would ever expect.
wait, if I have it in the list of top 10, I should get a bonus point.
You take a guess on what it is right now, and if you get it, you get a bonus point. But I don't think you're gonna.
In your top 10?
No, it's not in the top 10. This is
It's an honorable mention. No, because I know what your number 1 is, I'm sure.
Yeah. If you can get it.
Can I get 3 guesses?
No.
Why not?
It's too much, too.
Okay, say stuff about it?
No.
Why not?
I will tell you what it is. Okay, yeah. Okay. So what I'm going to tell you about it is, no, you'll get it because I'm going to tell you the genre and everything, so that won't work. But let's just say for this genre, which is not your favorite genre, but I like some stuff
Car Bomb.
from the genre.
Allegiant, or however you call it.
I will say that I was surprised by that. I was expecting not to like that, and I
Which?
didn't mind it. Legion.
Yeah.
Yeah, it actually wasn't too bad.
I mean, I gave it a 7.5. I said better than I expected.
But anyways, I expected that I would love a band in this genre, and I didn't end up loving it. It didn't even make it into my top 10, surprisingly. But this is in the same genre. I had no thought that it would ever make it on my radar at all, and it is a little bit. Oh yeah, you did 2 guesses. Okay.
Right.
So what it is wait, did I just lose my?
Nailed to Obscurity.
No.
Corner.
What it is did I not write down? Lorna Shore.
You're
That's
joking.
shocking. No.
You're joking.
No, listen. When I heard them before, they irritated the hell out of me because they had so much drawn out stuff and ridiculous like vocals and everything, right? It would drive me nuts. Like, it would feel like I was just waiting for the next part, or like they were just over dramatizing everything, right? That's how it felt to me. Okay, like this is in the deathcore.
Well, I'm very
genre.
much aware of what it is.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what I rated it and what my
No,
notes
that's
are
fine.
for.
You rated it 1 or 2, I'm sure.
I gave it a 0.
Yeah. Anyway, so
The
listen,
only 0 on my list.
listen.
I said
So
annoying.
The reason why I didn't find it so annoying compared to like when I heard them before is because I feel like they're trying to be all like tough, like they're so like badass or something, and they're trying to like drag in people that are all like, yeah, that's so cool, right? But the thing is, they're trying to seem negative. Like the name of their album is like Festering Black, whatever. It's like this thing that sounds so awful, right? But when you actually listen,
Doesn't sound as bad as the music.
when you actually listen to the songs themselves, that's not what it's like. They're actually focused. Some of them are focused on being stuck in darkness or whatever, but some of them are really hopeful. It shocked me. Like there was a song that was like it's called Lionheart, I think, and this is some of the lyrics. Over the horizon we see our ascension. If we push through the storm and lightning strike, we can find a way out. We can see the sunrise beyond us. Beyond us, we are free to see a brand new dawn. Something worth fighting for. This is something worth fighting for. I loved hearing that from them. I just wasn't expecting it. Anyways, and yeah, so they just surprised me. And am I saying that I'm absolutely in love with them? No, I was just surprised that they pulled off something that was pretty good to me.
So this almost made it to your top 10?
Yeah. So listen, I know it's terrible. It's terrible for me to admit that, but it's true. So the other thing is that they had a really cheesy part in their song that drove me crazy. I hate when people do this. It was the words shit out of luck. I hated it. When I saw it, I was like, oh, why would you do that? It's like, don't go Metallica route, you know? Anyways, so now my number 1, I think it's because I really wanted I wanted Shadow of Intent to be on my top 10, and it just was not. It was way more like Lorna Shore I was expecting, where it was really drawn out and dramatic in a way that didn't make sense. Their last album before this, to me, was awesome. Absolutely awesome.
Was that in 2023?
I think so.
And that was in both of our top 10s.
Yeah, but this was just, it's like, it was either like fast paced, like no stopping, or it was like so drawn out like Lorna Shore, like I would have thought with Lorna Shore.
Yeah, I found it boring.
So I think I was just digging for like a deathcore that I liked, and honestly, Shadow of Intent, unfortunately, wasn't it. So anyway, so as far as my first pick, it's kind of crazy that I didn't write very much about it, but I guess not a lot. Well, basically, you already know that my favorite band is The Morning, right? And so it's kind of like ridiculous to like pick your favorite band as your favorite album. Like it's like cliche, not cliche, but you're like just like, oh, I wonder what my favorite album or what the best album of the year to me is going to be. Oh, probably my favorite band, right? It's kind of obvious.
Mm-hmm.
However, I will say that because In Morning is my favorite band, and I listen to like the hell out of them. Like I just constantly listen to them. Like in the car, everywhere I go, I'm listening to In Morning. But that's pretty much almost all I listen to in the car. And I haven't had the chance to do that with this album so much, but I do feel like it did change a bit, and each of their albums do change from each other. Like, a lot of them are fairly drastically different from each other, actually. But there was a change of drummer, and I was concerned about that. And I mean, when you do really put them side by side, there are differences and things where there's a part of me that goes, I want the other drummer back, because is it just because I like things to be the same? Maybe. But at the same time, I do feel like they did really good at doing what I think they do good at, which is like mixing it up and doing a bunch of different things. And with them, I find that they get me singing, which I love to do. And so there's always like memorable stuff to remember from their songs. And I will say that I was at like their it was like a live stream where they were playing it before release date.
Chat.
And it was the drummer that was actually on there, and I was upset by something he said, and it was that he wanted to get the band going more focused on like just sort of following a really standard way of doing songs. And for me, I thought, oh no, don't you get in here and start taking over in Morning and making it too, like, just obvious, like, how it is. Because if there's something I like about In Morning, it's that they all put their peace of mind in, and then they end up with, like, a mixture of things, like, because it's got, like, progressive parts, it's got technical parts, it's got the death metal growls, it's got the singing, it's got the, I guess you could say black metal, not really. But it's got all kinds of different things, and it goes all over the place, and that's what I like about it, and the groove, and the emotion, because they're really good at the grief and the regret, like that's strong in their stuff. Anyway, so I just hope that they don't get too safe with things, like, you don't want them to go like strong mellow death, like all the same, like I feel like they stand out, and I don't want them to go that direction, but they haven't. So anyways, the reason why I put them as number one is because I know I will play the hell out of it. I'm already singing all of it, and I don't even have it set up yet to even listen to. So anyways, already I think it's beautiful, and I appreciate it. So yeah, it had to be number one.
I gave it an 8. I thought it was a great album. Yeah. The problem is that I had a lot of 8s, and it was hard to. When it got down to like 7 through 10 for me, I had to go through all my 8s and narrow it down from there. It was difficult, but yeah, it was a good album.
Okay, so you wanted to sort of talk about like things that surprised us and stuff, right?
Well, when you were going through the list, you rage quit at one point.
Yeah, well, I was actually sweating and like just like full of anger, like just at the irritation of listening to, because I was like listening to all this stuff, right? And it just got to the point where I was like, okay, I just have to go to bed now. I just can't do this anymore. And so you were going to try to guess what I was listening to at the time, right? Which album?
Yeah. Oh, I should say that I did win by 3 points.
That's because of In Morning, I bet.
Well, your number one and your number two I got. Okay, so I wrote down 5 guesses.
Okay.
Was it one particular band or was it a series of bands?
It was a particular album I was trying to get through.
Okay. I'm going to say Spiritbox.
Nope.
No? Architects.
No.
Blackbriar.
No. Let me comment on Blackbriar, just because you're saying it. I thought their cover was really cheesy with the whole black and white, and then she had the red hair and she was featured on there. I know I'm saying that, and yet I had black and white and red hair on my Every Song Sucks channel, but it was just the way it's done. It's like she's made into a cartoon and everything. Really cheesy, but I'm not that much into women's vocals overall, and so when I heard it, I didn't love it, obviously. However, I could see where somebody would, because it's unique. Like, she's got a really unique voice, and she's doing the right thing, singing.
I gave it a 1, but I didn't put any notes, so
I just remembered.
So I have 2 guesses left. Wilt Wither.
Nope.
My last one is actually an album that I thought I was going to like. I liked them in the past, and I thought you did in the past as well, and a lot of people online are saying it's their album of the year, and I think it's Mesa.
Okay.
No, it's not that?
No, but I'll give you a stronger hint so you can have one more guess.
Okay.
And I'll just say that the vocal reminds me of like a unmotivated villain, and the music is one of those like things I was talking about where it's like really safe mellow death.
I don't know, there's so much
safe mellow death.
There's so much garbage on here. I can't even remember I don't even know what genre this is. Sabaton?
No.
No? I don't even know what genre they are. I just know
I think they're more like hyped up. What do you call it?
Power metal?
Yeah, almost power metal, like, yeah.
I don't know what's...
It's okay, you don't have to have another guess. I can just tell you what it was.
Wait, that says... I was looking at my notes and this one said emo vocals.
Oh.
Unrequited. No. Falua. Falua is what I wrote that had some clean emo vocals in it.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Yeah, you're right about that.
Yeah,
That's what turns me off of them, but they're good otherwise to me, like in a lot of ways.
Don't know. I give up.
The Halo Effect.
I was gonna say that because I knew you didn't like them,
yeah.
but I couldn't remember what genre they were. I thought they were more of a genty type thing. They're not.
No.
What
No.
am I thinking of?
I don't know, but
There's
they're
a band
just
that had like
so
members
boring.
from Vilcharda or whatever.
Yeah,
What was that one?
I can't remember. They're just so boring. Like, anyways. So I don't know if you want to mention some bands that you really hated, or is there a point?
Well, I've already said a few. Lorna Shore absolutely sucked. It was completely annoying. I gave it a 0. At the bottom of the list is Blackbriar and Spirit Box, each with a 1. For Spirit Box, I wrote really shitty. And then the 2s, I'll say the 2s, Carbomb, Fleshbore, Mares of Thrace, Architects, and Sabaton.
Fleshbore was so boring. Just too, like...
I found it annoying.
Yeah. And Morkdod or whatever just drove me nuts. I couldn't stand that one. And Alice Cooper, like, just so cheesy.
Alice Cooper, that's on... that's a noteworthy moment for me for
just so
for
cheesy.
2025. But it was absolutely terrible. I couldn't believe.
It's like, come on, buddy, stop.
Like, some of the riffs are okay, but you know, for Alice Cooper, like, he's had so much better albums in the past.
Yeah.
Like, he really, after, like, was it Dragontown was the last really good one? He went downhill again. Like, I don't know.
Another one I couldn't stand was Culture.
Really, eh?
Yes, I couldn't stand it. It's just, there was only one song I think I wrote down what it was that I liked. The Storm, I think, was the one that I really liked. Otherwise, it just, couldn't stand it.
I had that as an 8, so that's interesting. What did you think of In the Woods?
Oh, you know what? Let me look at my notes. That was a surprising one. That one surprised me. I know I pissed everybody off about that band because they bored me before.
That's my notes. Surprised me. That's the first words in my notes.
I put catchy voice, like Chris Cornell-ish, and a good growl, and it would just, like, it was catchy, memorable. Like, it
reminded me of a couple bands.
Yeah.
Did they remind you of anyone?
Yeah, but I can't.
It reminded me of, like, a mix of Borknagar and Evergrey.
Yeah, I did like it. I'll be honest, I
didn't like some of the lyrics, but that's probably what kept them out of the top for me. One track that stood out was the intro for the Ghost Bath album, the intro track. I found absolutely, completely beautiful.
Well, that's another one that surprised me, to be honest, because I liked them, and I remember they were traveling around with Harry Carey for the Sky, and I really wanted to go that year, because it would be both of them, and I liked them at the time. And then when I listened to this album, I was like, what is this? It seems so different. And, like, there was so many sound effects, like laughing and screeching. I was like, I can't take this. Like I get that there's a certain genre, but it was just, I don't know, just made me turned off.
There's a few that really sucked as well, like All That Remains.
Oh, I know. That was horrible. Yeah, I agree.
And Killswitch Engage.
Yeah.
The clean vocals absolutely ruin it.
Yeah.
And it got really irritating. What about that November?
Oh, you know what's funny about that is
it a different band?
No.
It's the same band. Because I thought there's multiple bands.
I really enjoyed the actual music, like the music playing. The guy in it, he seems to have like a very monotone type of style of singing, but you could really get used to it. But then this woman kept on coming in. That's what destroyed it for me. The woman's vocals.
This is my notes. Clean vocals are fucking terrible. I give it a 3.
I was surprised The Haunted wasn't on your list.
Well, that's the thing. I've gravitated more and more towards atmospheric stuff.
Yeah.
Stuff that puts me in a mood. Like, that's the thing with The Haunted and bands like that. It's like they're all about like angry, like.
Yeah.
And I'm not into the whole like angry sounding music anymore. I want stuff that makes me think.
Yeah.
About death, but not killing. So that makes sense.
I know you always say that I'm into the killing bands and you're into the death ones, but I don't necessarily think that.
Your list is completely different than what I expected. Like, the fact that you even had We Lost the Sea on it, that absolutely was not expected. Like, I had stuff on your top 10 that was not even on your radar, it seems like.
Name one.
Well, here, I'll tell you what I had. I had In Mourning and Harakiri for the Sky, of course. Posthumous, I had number 3. Okay. Coroner just sounded like a band that you would like.
Oh, really? Yeah, no, I didn't really.
No. Kardashev, you were all about them
Oh,
at one
yeah,
point.
but it just seemed like it
Now
went
you're
bad.
on my team.
Well, it's different. It's a different.
Nailed to Obscurity.
It was better than I was expecting.
Car Bomb.
Well, it was only a couple of songs, wasn't it?
I don't know.
Oh.
I found it really annoying, but I know that you used to like them. And yeah, Allegiant I had on the list.
Yeah.
Testament, I thought you
Oh,
really liked
no, I didn't
that
like it.
thrash.
The weird thing is I only like the ballad in that.
I don't even know. Oh, where did I put it? I gave it a 6.
So
I didn't know about the lyrics. And
a band.
Sacrifice was on
Yeah.
there, and In the Woods I had as a potential.
Yeah, it was a thought. Yeah, I should have actually mentioned it as a honorable mention. So one that surprised me too was Imperial Triumphant. I didn't like it.
I didn't
thought I
like
was
it
gonna
either.
like it.
I gave it a 3. I knew I wouldn't like it though.
Yeah.
I didn't like that it was on the list to listen to because I try to force myself to listen to the whole album. I'm not gonna lie, there's a few that I skipped.
Yeah,
I
'cause you
could
couldn't
not.
stand it.
Like Laura Shore, I could not listen to the whole thing.
See, that's why you hate it.
Spirit Box.
Just kidding.
Yeah, I'm sure it turns into the best album ever.
No, I'm
after
not saying it's the best album. I'm saying for deathcore, it was better
Well,
than
maybe I
other
hate
options.
all deathcore. I don't
Maybe.
know.
So another one that surprised me was Hooded Menace because it was a lot more doomy than I was expecting. I was expecting more death metal in it.
Yeah, I gave that one a 7. I wasn't too fond of the vocals. They didn't really seem to match the music.
That's what I wrote. That's what I wrote. Disconnected vocal and music.
Yeah. What did you think of the Nachachwan album?
I thought it was fine for background music. Like it's quiet.
I was pretty disappointed with it. Like overall, there's no vocals and it's not metal. Yeah. It's not. I don't know. It was weird release. Like I still like them, but probably won't revisit that album.
All right. So what about? Let's talk about some highlights from this year, or maybe things that weren't good. Like I know for me, the personal thing that wasn't good was the whole death of Ozzy Osbourne, just because Kaius is so into Ozzy Osbourne, and we had watched that whole concert and everything that they had done for him, and then he died so quick after, and it was for me it was so emotional, and I'm not even like a big Ozzy Osbourne fan, but because Kaius is, it felt very emotional. Well, I even cried when he sang Mama. Was it?
It was it was a really good concert. Like I was really glad that we got that. Was it pay-per-view or whatever? Yeah. Bought a ticket for the virtual concert, and I sat through the whole thing. Yeah, it was sad to lose him. Black Sabbath was one of the first metal bands that I really got into, but I didn't dive really deep into them. I had a handful of albums and kind of stuck with that. And I didn't like Ozzy's solo stuff that much. A few songs, but not. I didn't get super into it, but I obviously always was interested in him and Black Sabbath as a whole.
Another sad one was Brent from Mastodon leaving and then dying.
To be honest,
I think it's good that he left because he didn't seem into it, but I'm just saying that he went on to die.
He left, and then he seemed like he's very bitter and full of anger, and just dragging the other guys' names through the mud and stuff in interviews, and then all of a sudden he dies.
Yeah.
That's sad for his family and that. I was not a super fan of his though.
Yeah.
So it didn't impact me much.
And then of course Megadeth's last album.
Yeah. That's I was hoping he was gonna go out on top, but he's released 3 songs off the album and
feels like he went back to his childhood or something, eh? It feels kind of immature.
Well, Tipping Point I thought was a great song, and I thought this album is gonna be fantastic. Even within the first 3 seconds, you can tell this is Megadeth.
Yeah.
Just as soon as the guitar riff comes on, you know it's them.
Yeah.
But then the next 2 songs, it was what's happening?
Yeah.
Maybe it's good that they're quitting. Cause
maybe he just wanted to get it was stuff he wanted to get out of his system. Yeah.
I don't know. Well, I am looking forward to hearing the Ride the Lightning cover though.
Yeah.
To see what his take on it is.
Yeah.
And I hope that it's it's something that Metallica were aware of, and that he maybe talked to them.
Yeah.
And that there's no I hope this guy can finally give up the whole Metallica thing, because he's spent his whole career building this amazing band with a huge, amazing discography, and he's just constantly talking about Metallica in every interview. And it's the interviewer's fault too. Like, they're always bringing them up, but like, just let it go. Like, we're so much better off having Megadeth than having Metallica with Dave in it. I wish you could see that point of view. You know?
Yeah. And like, this is a weird one to mention, but I think it's because I like listened to all of the albums and ranked them in the past of My Dying Bride. But like, Aaron left My Dying Bride, and for me, the weirdness of his vocal was part of what made it so weird and like made you feel awkward with it. So like, I was kind of like, wow, what are they gonna do with this? You know, like, I found that weird. But it's
Yeah,
not like it's not like a
stand
big thing for me. I'm just saying I found it weird. But yeah.
Well, other noteworthy moments for me were the concerts I went to.
Yeah.
I went to see Alcest with Mono and Kalen Mikla. Kalen Mikla was a weird kind of gothic electronic type band. Their bass player was quite good, but then the rest was kind of like a computer or keyboard or something. I don't know what they were doing exactly, but I actually quite liked it. I only knew of them because Alcest had done a song with them. I really liked that song. But also, Mono put on a great show. There was a lot of people there specifically to see Mono, and like, I'd heard them, again, another instrumental band, and I listened to them quite a bit. And the cool thing is that the guitar player, I can't remember their names, but he threw his guitar pick out, and it landed in front of me, so I ended up getting it.
Yeah.
So that was cool. And then, of course, getting to meet Neige after. But then the other concert was Be'lakor, and that was
surprising.
a really good,
Yeah.
really good show.
It was surprising just because it was pretty wild for the age group that was there, kind of thing. But
yeah, a lot of people getting drunk and moshing and stomping on stuff on people's feet and gear on the stage. Yeah, a little bit inconsiderate. Yeah. But that was the one band where we didn't actually get to meet them because
you had to pay to meet them.
You had to pay, which I found a little bit annoying.
Yep.
Those were my noteworthy things for music anyways.
And then, so looking forward, I didn't even have a chance to really think about this, but I'm definitely looking forward to the Megadeth Iron Maiden concert that we have tickets for.
Yeah. Well,
and that we're going to bring Caius to. His first concert.
His first real concert, yeah.
And he's in love with Megadeth, and he likes Iron Maiden too, but especially Dave Mustaine.
Well, he went for Halloween as him, so yeah.
And I was Vic Rattlehead.
Yeah. And the Megadeth album, I am still looking forward to it, but cautiously optimistic.
Yeah.
Like, I'm hoping it's not going to be a repeat of Super Collider where I don't listen to it.
Yeah.
And then I just have like a list of bands that I hope put out a new album next year. And I realize now that I put Be'lakor on that list. I don't think they're going to have a new album. They're still touring, I think. Well, it's too soon, I think, for them to have an old new album out. But Inherits the Void is one. Wayfarer, Cult of Luna, Russian Circles, Fathomage Majesty, and I'm hoping Oathbreaker will do something new because they're touring again. They're back together.
Was whining.
Yeah.
I didn't have time to think about this, so I don't really have ones to add to it, like to put my 2 cents in. So that's about it for our discussion for 2025. I'm sure there's things we could have said or not said, but that's our thoughts, so take care.